Hey, you tourists, it's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Base. The Chuck of the Deuce is how we do a text, baby, man. That was back. You know what it is. No, it is. The only place, all the 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 place, go get all the place, all the place, all the place, all the place, go get all the place, all the place, go get all the place, all the place, go get only place go get is right back in basic. Only place go ever go get is right back in basic. Chuck of the Deuce is how we do text, baby. Man, that was back. You know what it is. No, it is. No, it is. Real men rise up. Fake men rise down. Real women rise up. Fake women. Real women rise up. Fake women rise down. Real men rise up. Fake men rise down. Proud to work, preacher. And today's topic we're going to talk about is. And today's topic I want to talk about today is. Remember Smokey Robinson, he break the barriers of baseball and change baseball forever? You ever wonder why they always calling black people colored? You ever wonder? You ever wonder? You got to think about that. Because black people is the first this, the first that, the first this and that and this and that. And it gets you to wonder all the time. Is it because that these white brothers and sisters out here who came out of black folks and somehow they lost a lack of melanin and lack the melanin of their skin? That's something that people need to start thinking about right there. That's something that really need to think about right there. And the reason why I say this because I say this because excuse me right there. I just the reason why I say this because this is something that people need to start talking about right there, man. People need to start talking about right there, and that's something. The reason why I said this, and I said this years ago, and I did the research. I even cried, and I came to find out that black was the first color. That explains why they call black people colored. They always calling black people colored. Why is that? Is it because that it has something to do with 300 or 1,000 years ago that every humanity starts from Africa? They even admit that term Africa. That's something, that term that people need to look into, and that term Caucasian. When you hear that word, it got something to do with the climate of the cold, and it got something to do with winter, spring, and winter, fall. It got something to do with that, who can make it out of the sun and what can be stranded out of the cold. It got something to do with that. They trying to say the Homo sapiens can make it out of, Homo sapiens can struggle in the heat. Not like the Neanderthals can't struggle like the heat, like the Neanderthals. They're trying to say the Homo sapiens can struggle out of the heat. Whites can't struggle out of the heat like Homo sapiens can. The Neanderthals can't struggle in the heat like Homo sapiens can. And it got something to do with cold climate, make it out in the cold. They saying that Neanderthals can make it out of cold, but Homo sapiens can't. That explains why there's so much tension between blacks and whites. I understand it now. Then you got the Ku Klux Klan, and then you got the Black Panthers. They're trying to keep interbred and bred into their race, for it won't end their bloodline, and they're afraid that what's gonna happen. Because Ku Klux Klan don't want people to remind, because there are white people running around here who are not 100% white. There are black people, there are white folks right now will mix. Not every white person, but many times they are. They got that niggeroid in them. They will never admit this. They will never admit it because they too damn stubborn. They won't admit it because they still believe that curse of the ham theory. And them white Christians know what I'm talking about. Because it was Noah was the one who molested his own damn grandson, and his own son witnesses what his grandfather did to his son. and how his grandfather did his own son like that, and try to put the blame on him to make it look like, oh, and Shem and Japheth witnessed that, and they turned the other way when they saw their father's nakedness. It says in the Bible. It says in the Bible, and that's what started all this goddamn racism in the first place. And also what started when Cain got killed with Abel. When Abel got killed by Cain, somehow Abel did not seek a father in his life with Adam. And Cain didn't have no seeker of father in his life. That's why women need to be careful who the men they messing with nowadays. Because I'm telling you something, that explains why women fuck with bad boys. Because deep down, they're afraid of them. I'm telling you, that explains a lot. Just like men are afraid of these so-called bad girls. You ever notice that? Look how we portray it in cultures. I study other races, and I say to myself, this is why we're so different. It got something to do with certain different skin tones. They judge based on size, skull, hair color, eye color. It got something to do in the racial certain background they live in, certain racial religion they believe. It got something to do with that, but never look at them as an everyday living nature, living human being. It got something to do with that, and then explains why. I've been asking a lot of questions. Then, how many people that know the Ku Klux Klan was the original Knight Templars? A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people do not know that. And also, not only that the Ku Klux Klan was the original Knight Templars, these people, they came from all the way. You would think that Ku Klux Klan come from all the way South Carolina, but these people, even though they come from South Carolina with Burden Cross, these people come from all the way to goddamn Switzerland. That explains why the damn Red Cross taking money over there in Hurricane Katrina, and they used that trying to say it was Wycliffe stealing the money. No, you goddamn lying. They don't want to say it because it tells me right there why they do this. They try to say if you're not Aryan, that's bullshit. They say the same shit. Fuck Hitler, everything about him, and they're gonna find out that precious leader Hitler. Not only that Hitler was not only German and Australian, this motherfucker got some Jewish in him and got some blacks in him in his blood. And so is Jerry Lee Hoover. Ain't that a bitch? I said, but it don't surprise me. They keep denying it. They don't want to face the facts. It's there, and it says all that. It says it. I even cried when I found out that black was the first color. And that explains a lot. That explains a lot. A lot of this shit is taking place. The reason why they don't like black Americans, because black Americans are the real indigenous Native Americans in this land. That's why they hate them. It had nothing to do with that. They will never tell the truth. They already killed Native Americans off. You don't even see them no more. They got killed by Europeans, but Europeans were the ones being enslaved. That's what the original term, slavery, that Slavic word. I'm telling you, they'll deny this stuff in a minute. Don't tell me about that stuff. They deserve their fucking ass kicked. Everything the fuck they get, but they sit up there, they trying to defend them. No, there's a real reason why there's so much racism. There's a real reason why these clans coming out. You don't see these motherfuckers. Now they're coming out all of a sudden. Because they're afraid that it's going to mingle out their race and it's going to kill them all. They're afraid of that. They like, we got to save our race as much as we can. But yet they didn't thought about, they already killing their own race anyway, trying to get their people killed. Same thing that there are black people right now trying to say we're 12 or 13% of the population. That's a motherfucking lie. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say the number. You could add all these numbers because that explains a lot. There are more of us out there than and more of them. And I added up the numbers. This is why they call black people colored. Because they trying to say we break the color line and saying blacks can produce any other color, even white. But it never even said that whites can produce any other color, even blacks. Not every. Now I'm not sit there and say that every black person is superior to whites. No, and I'm not saying that whites are inferior to blacks, and whites are not superior to blacks, and blacks are not inferior to whites. They're better than other things, but they all are part together. But in the sad part about it, The sad part about it, this is why that black people can't be racist. That's why black people always say we don't have that multiple economic power in order to be a racist. No, not really. Ku Klux Klan been known banging black guys in the. The Ku Klux Klan been known hanging black men in the trees. Name one thing. Now there's a video I showed how they saying that the black people attacking white folks. It is if it's wrong. Just like there are black people out there being attacked by whites. It shouldn't be attacked on nobody. There's a truth that explains a lot, and it got something to do between the North and the South. It had nothing to do with this whole black and white stuff. That's why the whole Crips and Bloods. A lot of people don't know the Crips and Bloods. That comes from Greek and the motherfucking Roman. I'm telling you, it goes back to that. This is why to this day we're living a goddamn fucking matrix. That's why the blue and the red represents that. You would think, and I always wonder why they always showing these so different color code of the blue and the red. There's a history behind it. Just like there's a color code between black and white. Some say the Mason checkerboard is the Mason board or the white board of that's the Ku Klux Klan, and black board is Black Panthers. That explains a lot. That explains why a lot of these things are taking place. Next thing you know, they're gonna say the panther come from South Africa, but it really is a jaguar, and that it explains a lot because they push black people near the corner, and they can't go to the left, they can't go to the right, they can't go anywhere way. They're trying to get out the corner. That's why they always tell blacks step back. You be the last one to call. That explains a lot. If you're white, you all right. You all right. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You can't do anything. That is bullshit. That's a motherfucking lie. They keep saying that. Browns stick around. Oh, Browns, they come around. They stick around forever. And they say, yeah, Asians are mellow. They mellow. How can people say that? People need to look at the bullshit for what it is. They broke us in groups. They did the same thing to white brothers and sisters and Asians and everything else. I really do believe blacks can produce any other color. That's why they keep calling black people colored. The people of color. If we're going to say about blacks and people of color, whites are the people of color too. I don't give a damn how pure they really is. Half of them even not 100% white. Just like there are blacks who are not 100% blacks. I mean, it's crazy. Ain't nobody's pure. Pure is another word. You ain't mixed. You 100% real white, real black. Come on. Get the hell up out of here with that. Get the hell up out of here with that. People need to look this stuff up because that explains a lot. And I don't know if this movie is true. In the Boomerang movie with Martin Lawrence, and I forgot what that other guy's name is. I think David Green or something like that. I don't know what his name. And they showed Eddie Murphy, and they was talking about they always thought the world was flat. They did thought the world was flat. I don't never think that because it's just like the world is just like a spinning basketball. If you keep spinning the ball, the world's going to keep evolving and evaluating itself. But if the ball stops spinning, the whole world thing will stop. They always thought the world was flat because this world would keep it growing and growing itself. This world is about 1,300,000 billion years old. Trillion. It's old. It's a brand new baby. But that explains a lot of these things are taking place. I ain't scared of no so-called Ku Klux Klan. I'm very aware of that. I ain't scared of these so-called Nation of Islam and all the rest of it. I understand why they do the things they do because they try to keep it within their bloodline. It got something to do with this. That blacks can't make it out of the cold and whites can't struggle out in the heat. That explains a lot of these things are taking place. That explains why there's racial tension between black and white. But blacks and whites been fucking each other for years. Let's not act as if like something new. But that explains why they call black people color. Because it proves the point that they're trying to say that blacks can produce any other color. And it actually said that. Even white. But there is no way two white people could produce the color black. Why you think that white people adopting black babies? Why you think that? But you never hear a black person produce black people. You never hear about black celebrities adopting white kids. Never. But you always hear white people produce black babies. Why is that? Because it has something to do with lack of melanin. They need us for they keep the conquer for they could complement to survive. It got something to do with that. That's why white folks tinted their skin. It got something to do they lost their melanin. And it got something to do with why black people bleach their skin for they can blend into the white world. Now I understand now. If you don't believe black is a color, and whites are a color too, but what they're trying to say, white is not a color. What the whites are trying to say, they can't produce black. Like blacks can, but blacks can produce white. That just makes sense. Give me your comments, give me your response, and tell me what you think of this video. All right, that explains a lot why there's racism taking place right now, and the whole world knows the truth, but the rest of the world don't know it. So give me your comments, give me your response, tell me what you think of this video. All right. Chocolate Deuce is how we do Texas, baby. Until next time. All right. Peace, and I'm out.